Come on, YouTube. Alrighty, tidy. I want to do something fast and loose. Loose like like those sweatpants. So, I recall seeing the old forum threads of people who are like, NPCs are hard. They're very hard. I don't know how to do them. Please help. Well, don't worry. With these basic instructions, you too can throw together any NPC you so desire. And I'm not even going to cheat. I'm not going to use the automated systems that Foundry offers. I'm not going to go the easy route, buckaboo. We're going to make them all by hand. NPC tryouts. So here's how we're going to do this, bugaboos. We're going to make a small selection of individuals with which to populate an environment of choice. So what are we gonna pick? Well, I already had some ideas in mind, which is, it's the easy part. You generally already know what your players are going to be up against, who they're going to be fighting, what fists they're going to be throwing. I decided we're going to go with a tiefling and an orc, nice racial foundations, so we know what we're dealing with. Because certain ancestries are built for certain types of encounters. Generally speaking, if you want to go for orc wizards in Pathfinder or 3.5, you're kind of fighting uphill. That's fair. You can go for it. But I want to make something, a little bit more defined, a little more obvious. So the tieflings, we're gonna put those as the rogues, the wizards. They're the backline. They got the fancy hats. They're controlling these poor innocent boys. Because tieflings make amazing wizards. +2 dexterity, +2 intelligence. Perfect. They're also outsiders, so they're resistant to a vast amount of low-level spells. So the orcs can't really fight them with charm and everything, or hold person. Doesn't work either. The orcs, on the other hand, are good brutes. They sometimes have shamans, individuals who practice more occult versions of magic. That could be bards or druids. But what I want to go with is just a nice, simple stuff. So I want to have about 5 people making up this faction, excluding uniques. I might like an extra high level character at the top who has like what's it called, like a big spell book and everything. We're not gonna do that. I don't care about that. We're gonna make basic baby boys. Just some nice basic babies. For that, we're going to need a couple of things. First, we're going to need the character advancement section. You're going to need that, trust me. And next up, the first thing I'm going to teach you is don't pull out all the splat books, my boy. You don't need those splat books. If you need to make something fast and loose, just let go. Inhale and let go. Don't get fixated on details that don't matter. A lot of people tell you to make them completely by the books. I tell them, no, don't do that. If you can find it, I think you can find it on Drive-Thru RPG, is Player Handbook 2 from 3.5. The reason I'm telling you to get this is very, very specific. In the back, there's an appendix for quick NPC creation, and it gives you a bunch of tips and tricks on feat selections and all that kind of stuff. Very useful if you want to do something a bit more by the books. But we're not going to do something by the books. We're going to do something off the cuff. We're going to take these cuffs, take them off. So for that, I am going to need a specific... What do I need to get from the port? There was something I need. Oh, we'll get to that when we get to that. But what level are we going to make them? Well, first, we need to understand what kind of level we can make them. And for that, we need to understand how CR works with multiple creatures. Where is this? Okay, here we go. So if we have one creature, the combat is equivalent to its CR. If it's 2, CR plus 2, 3, CR plus 3. Then it's 6 creatures, then it becomes CR plus 5, and so on. So it's a kind of a slow slope, but then it scales up quickly. So if I wanna have some small group fights. So let's say that we're having like a group 7, a CR7 party, which means that for the most part they'll mostly be fighting things that are a little tougher than them, because the difficulty scale is if the CR equals their APL, it's an average fight. You don't want too many of those. They're nice to mellow out, and there's easy fights if it's lower than that. That's for when you want to cool down or introduce something that's a bit difficult to understand. Epic fights are APL plus 3, so whatever they're going to fight at the end, the big boy at the end is going to be probably the biggest guy around with a couple of mooks to back him up, or, a couple of strong dudes. So it's however we want to do it. Of course, don't forget, it's all by ear. Depends on the environment as well, how this is going to work out. But we're going to... I see that we've got some... How does YouTube handle this? How does YouTube handle this? Add moderator. No. I don't get what these messages are even trying to say, but they're there. Oh well. Alright, let's get back to business. Oh, does it even work? work from there. Huh. So, we got a party of 7 level characters. I'm about to say, listen, you can't. No. Shush. If you're one of those GMs who feels that monsters need to live long for things to be fun, don't worry about it. Half the fun is your players stomping things. The other half of the fun is when they accidentally make a mistake and everything goes horribly, horribly wrong and they all cry. So you win either way, really. Fuck that, be fans of your player characters. You go too easy on them. Don't go easy on them. Go fair on them. So, what we got is a range to play with. If I want to have group fights with like 4 dudes or so, then I guess the fighters are going to be about level... Yeah, we'll go for level 3 fighters. That'll get us some challenging fights if we put them for the 6. So the bottom basement tier. So this is how we're going to handle this. Let's journal entry. Composition. I'll do some basic stuff here. As I mentioned, I want some orcs. I want an orc fighter. Basic orc fighter. Can handle himself in a fight. Knows what he's doing. We'll make him an orc fighter 3. I want a shaman. I want an orc shaman. So we're going to make him like a bard. Nah, let's have an orc bard off to the side. That'll be the buff guy. That guy's going to mess things up for the players when they get to it. I guess a druid would be nice. We'll make a druid plain. Well, not too much focus. Give him more spellcasting focus, as it were. So we got a shaman. Am I making a sorcerer, actually? That could also work. What will make sense? I'm trying to stick to the base books because the minute you go outside of that, you're just making things harder on yourself. You can get all you need from the core classes, baby. And if you want something from the non-core classes, you just pull it out of your sleeve. You just improvise. You have some fun. You shake those hips a bit. So, yeah, Druid, I want this to be a tougher guy. I want this to be someone where the players go, ooh, that guy's looking up a little nasty there. He's got some spells up his sleeve. Now, if you want to make someone nasty, they generally want to give him 3rd level spells, because that's where most classes start to get their nasty stuff. So we're going to make him a Druid 5. He's going to be a tough fight. Going to have a couple of dudes off to his sides, and those dudes are going to mix things up a bit. As for the Bard's slow spellcasting progression, and mostly a support class, so he's not dangerous to begin with. Bards, you want to play a little low. They're reliant on their allies to be dangerous. I think 5th level will work for that too. They'll have their 2nd level slots. They'll have a better version of Inspired Courage. So those lower level guys become extremely dangerous when they're close to these. So we got a good strong set of casters, and we got a nice backbone. Now as for the tieflings, I already know what I'm going to do with these. We're going to have a tiefling rogue, and we're going to have a tiefling spellcaster sub. Now, for the spellcaster, I want it to be legitimately kind of scary. I want them, when they see the wizards, when they see the tieflings in the robes, maybe we're not going to put them in robes. Maybe we'll put them in armor and give them arcane armor training just to fuck with the players. I want him to be at least level 7, so that he has 4th level slots. Maybe I'll make him 8, then he has that extra increase, so he'll have some nastier stats. So we'll make him a tiefling wizard 8. Now, what kind of tiefling are we going to make him? Evocation? Not a bad pick. But we are dealing with a tiefling wizard who's technically trying to control the mind, who's trying to, bluff his way through a large amount of orcs. So we're going to look at some of the schools. We got enchantment school. Let's see. They get a +2 to... Ooh, that's what I want. Enchanting Smile is perfect. And it goes up to +3 at the level he's at right now. So that might be worth going for. Controller, Force of Will. I mean, that's all right, but not what we're looking for. What does he get as power? Oh, he can daze people. Yeah, I think that just works for me. Where we're going to make him an enchanter. So we have an enchanter. That's how you do it, by the way. In 3.5, your specialist school is technically what you are. You are not a wizard. You're a universalist, I guess, if you go for the universalist class. But hey. Now, this guy, of course you want to have a rogue. We could make him ranger. We could make him a ranger. And go with, I think with ranger, you kind of got to play it right. With rangers, you generally want to, if they're high enough level, you give their first favorite enemy should always be their own kind or the people they fight the most often. So orcs would naturally fight orcs a lot, or animals, or magical animals. You want to go for something that makes sense. It's really easy. And if they don't get to use it, well, fine. Then they just don't get to use it. It's that simple. Not everything has to come up. If anything, it'll be scarier when they do find someone who's actually, good at his job and specialized at killing the player. So we're gonna go for a rogue. I'm gonna go for Unchained Rogue because that just makes a bit more sense. You know what? I like this, but I want there to be a big bruiser among them. I want to have like a big scary barbarian. So we're gonna put an Unchained Barbarian in there too. So we got a rogue. What level rogue are we gonna go for? Well, Unchained. So that'd be UC rogue. Let's take a look. I want to look for the demarcations in rogue progression. I want to be at least 4th because these tieflings are in charge, so they're a little bit better than the other guys. Debilitating Injury is 4th, so we're already going to go for that. One more level, we get him a Rogue's Edge. What's that? What is Rogue's Edge? That's something that I really want. Master single skill beyond two is it gets a skill unlock powers for. Oh, okay, the skill unlock stuff. That's not really that relevant. And then it takes a while before they get anything new. So I think 5th, 6th. Let's go with 6th. That makes him tougher than most of these guys and gives him a certain je ne sais quoi. And this is actually slightly stronger because don't forget, we're dealing with an APL of 7 4 characters. It's important. Important to remember that. Also, I need to set myself to busy before I start getting pings on Discord. So I got Orc Fighter 3. I want that to be Bruiser. I want to be. Do I want to be a Tough Bruiser? Because if I want to be a Tough Bruiser, then I might as well lower this Orc down to 2. Okay, let's just take a look. Let's just dive into the classes anew and see what we get for a Fighter and Barbarian. That's Bard, not Barbarian. Unchained Barbarian. There we go. Unchained Barbarian. If I make him level 3, then we have Danger Sense. Level 4, we get another range power, and then you get improved Uncanny Dodge. What does Uncanny Dodge get you at the basic level? Let's just make sure that we got this all taken care of. Uncanny Dodge, just cannot be caught flat-footed. I mean, that's really nice. So, Barbarians. Those are probably like the big bruisers. The guys who got through the couple of classes. We'll make them level 4. You get some rage powers, you get some fun stuff. So we'll put an Orc Barbarian in there. Unchained Barbarian, of course. 4. And then we'll make the fighters 2. They're a bit more, they're mook fighters. They're the guys who don't have the big gusto. And we can give them funny names if we want to. These are the Orc Stormers. And then these are the Orc Shamans. Give them some custom names to the players, so I was like, ooh, that's neat. These would be the... No, let's just remove this Orc, because they just call them... These are the Stormers. These are the Warriors. Even though those are Warrior class, that's not what they are. Let's see, Orc Bard 5. That would be the War Drummer. That's a nice one. Nice simple term. Keep it simple. These are the Knives, because they come from a different place. They have different terms for things. And this is the Mind Stealer. That way, when the players look at the chat, or they see the roll, or you like let it slip, they'll be like, oh no, that guy sounds a little bit scary. Oh no, I'm quivering in my little player booties. My little player booties. Shaky, shaky. So there we go. We got some nice concepts. And now we're going to go a little bit faster. How about we go a little bit faster? Well, first, I don't have columns in this, so we're going to have to make a new sheet for every one of these guys. So we got our all warriors. This will be nice and easy. Nice, simple stuff. Our Orc Warrior. First, we need those ability scores. And for that, we always use the elite array, which is 14, 15, 13, 12, 10, 8. Nice and simple. You got some strong suits, you got some weak suits. We also need to look up what defines an orc. Now, while I'm not going to use the compendium for click and drag functionality, which would make this way faster, we are going to use it to look up what an orc is, so that we can have that off to the side and know what we're doing. So, orcs get a +4 to strength, which means we can go for 19 in strength, and then if they get to 4th level, they get a 20. Or, we can use it to compensate for weaknesses, so we can give him a 10, and we still get 14. It's kind of how you want to play it. Now, since he's weak at all mental stats, we might as well just put the big stats in the big places. Give him a 17 in strength, so he feels like this really strong, terrifying guy. So we'll give him, with all modifiers considered, we'll give him 14 in strength, becomes 17. We'll give him, Dex might be a lower one. We'll give him that 14. Here, put the 14, no, the 13. I'll put the 13 here. No, the 14 here, and the 15 here. And then we put in the back. What do we want? I guess we'll have like a... Let's give him a 6 in it. No, I always like having some skills. That's why I tend to give people 2 more skill points and 2 more class skills. Just give me a bit to work with. But are they that dumb? I think they'd sooner just be brutish. They're just like trained. They've been beaten down a lot. So they're just not very eloquent. But they're not dumb. They're not... We'll go with a 10 here. We'll go with the 12 here, and then we'll go with a 6. They're not... No. I just realized something. They probably have, like, 10 charisma, because they're kind of scary. They know how to spook you. So this will be a 6. So they're not great. They're easily spooked. But, you know, they're warriors. They've probably been beaten into submission. They've been beaten and trained by harsh ways. The orcish ways out here are to test your strength and resilience and all that fun stuff. Hit points. It's nice and simple. For hit points, we got a +2 modifier. Fighter is a hit dice D10. Half of that is 5, 7 to 14. There you go. So for now we got 14. How many feats does he get? Well, it's a fighter, so he gets a feat a level. It's easy little shorthand. Otherwise, you go with half the level in feats, and you're generally close enough. So what kind of feats should we give him? First, let's see what kind of equipment we're going to give him. First, we need to know what his AC is looking like. We need his AC, we need his TAC, and we need his FFAC. We'll figure that out too. What else is pretty relevant? Skills, like skills of note, generally. He'll have like one skill that he's good at. We can make it Intimidate. So Intimidate would be 3 plus 1, because that's the only skill point he has, so that'd be 4. Intimidate plus 4. That'll do. That'll do. That'll do. Now we got a little template we can work with too. Equipment. It's also nice. For equipment, don't worry. There's a shorthand for this. What do I give him feat-wise? I guess toughness. Toughness is fun. Gives him a little extra hit points. Makes him just a little bit tougher. Not much, but it'll get him there. Weapon focus? Nah. Power attack. Always give orcs power attack. If it's someone who's got a big strength score, who likes beating people up, they always give him power attack. Because, you know, they want to beat you up. They want to hit you hard with that big hitting stick. If they're not hitting you with that hitting stick, they won't hit you often. But, you know, you can always give them a masterwork weapon if they can afford it. Or if you want them to afford it, you're allowed to cheat. And I'll give you a little wink and smile. Because we're all on the same team here. Anyway, his CR, actually, I forgot. CR is class -2, so we'll give him another level. We'll make him level 3. In fact, I think we're going to bump all these people up, because I forgot. I think CR is always class level -1, so we're going to bump all these uglies up a bit, which will make them way scarier. Yeah, this guy is pretty terrifying now. A 9th level enchanter, that guy's going to have some tricks up his sleeve. But don't worry, we're going to go easy on the players by cheating. There's a way to cheat that makes the players go, oh man, thank goodness. That could have gone so much worse, and then they go, phew. So we're going to make him a 3rd level fighter. It doesn't get anything too special. We got toughness, power attack. We could give him weapon focus. I think dodge is a bit more important. Or iron will. Let's give him iron will. That way, their will saves are just a little bit better, and we can compensate for that bad will save. So they get another 7 hit points, don't they? Yeah, that brings them up to a clean and tidy 24. Now they're pretty tough. That is how it works. I mean, I think that's how it works. Let's look up some NPCs here. Let's pick up a guy. Here we got a Kabbalist Witch, and she's CR 8. Yeah, it's just as I thought. I had it wrong in my head. It's fine. So his Intimidate goes up to 5. It's pretty scary. It's pretty scary. He might just actually get that one off against some of the weaker players or people with bad will saves or wisdom scores. Because I think it is hit dice plus wisdom plus 10 or something like that. So yeah, if a character has low wisdom, then he might just get scared by this guy if he goes, rawr. If you want to, you can cheat and you can just say, hey, you know what? I don't want him to have toughness. I want him to have like he's got improved intimidate, improved demoralize, and he can demoralize as a movement action, and that's great. You make a little note somewhere that goes, by the way, he can also just use a movement action to demoralize someone, and your players will go, oh no, this guy can scare me out of the blue. It makes him tougher. It gives him a debuff. It makes sense, but these are bruisers. I might give it to the Barbarian, but not to the bruisers. When they intimidate, that's kind of what they do. That's like they're getting closer, and then they go, Rrr! And then when they get closer, they'll exploit it. But not up ahead. We're going to go back to toughness. AC. Okay, so right now our armor class is a measly 12, and a measly 12, and a measly 10. Because he's not wearing anything, but he is a fighter. And he is 3rd level. And if I recall correctly, he should have, if I got this correctly, he should have armor training at this point. Yep, so he can move in heavy armor, in medium armor, without any penalty. So, we need to mention his movement. His speed is 30 feet. Nice and basic. Nice and basic. His equipment, we're gonna give him some hide armor. He's an orc, so we're gonna give him a great axe. You know, why not? We'll give him a couple of. We'll give him like 3 javelins. Cool. Now we need to write down some attacks. Attacks, and we need to write down some saves. I always go fort, reflex, will, because that's just how the game does it. We'll do that. Pow. We'll do that. Pow. No, I don't want this being bold, but thank you. Fort will, so, okay, let's talk about saves. Saves are really simple if you do a little brain math. So, good saves are always half the level plus 2. That's why it starts at plus 2. Poor saves are 1/3 the level, so they go to +1 at 3rd and a +2 at 6th. You can do it out of your head if you want to. So this 3rd level character, he's gonna have a pretty good, he's gonna have better weak saves than he should. And I think fighters have bravery. I don't want to bother too much with all the details. Oh yeah, fighters get warmer bonus feat for the 1st level. I forgot. So we could give them that demoralized things and make that kind of their spiel. Like they walk up to you and they're all scary and tough, and they got to deal with them. We could do that, or I could just not care, or give them dodge. I mean, if these guys are coming and running around, you know what? I kind of like Improve the Demoralized. I could also give them Persuasive, give them that extra Intimidate score. Then they're pretty terrible. Or Skill Focus Intimidate. Yeah, let's go with that. It's not much, but it's an extra +3, so it puts them at +8. Now they're pretty good at scaring the players. They got a 50-50 chance against characters that don't have a good Wisdom score. They probably got some, but let me just double check that. Let's just double check it. It never hurts to take a quick look. Scroll through the old book. Take a look at Intimidate. Let's see what we got. Demoralize is 10 plus hit dice plus Wisdom modifier. So yeah, they got a pretty decent chance at scaring the players now for some mooks who can do a bunch of this. Like, if the players are down or distracted, they can all go like, her. Or, if you want to waste a turn. If you're worried your players are about to get their asses fucking kicked, you go, they start scaring you. They're like, we've won! They try to demoralize you because they don't want to fight. Fighting is dangerous. But if you can demoralize your opponent into surrendering, that's better. So they'll go for that. And then the players might take that opportunity to run or something else. You might even not take attacks for opportunities because you're like, oh, they're not going to take those opportunity attacks because they're distracted, roaring at you, getting you to leave already. So, half the level, half is, I think, does it round up? I think it doesn't. So, yeah, we got a +3 on our hands. +3 for fort goes +2, so that makes a +5. We got +2 dex, bat save, +3. Will, we have a -2, +1, so that's -1. And we got a plus. It's not great. It's not great. Will is still like absolute garbage, but could be worse. It could be a -1. That Iron Will's doing a lot of heavy lifting. Attacks. Well, we got 2 attacks. We got the Great Axe. And we got the Javelin. Oh, let's take care of the armor right now. Great Hide Armor. I don't think that's good armor, though. Let's look it up. Let's check it out. Let's take a look. Hide Armor. Hide Armor's cheap. Easy to throw out, and we'll check out the equipment later, and then we'll upgrade things. Let's not worry too much about the details. It's +4. Maximum dex is +4. 3 armor check penalty, not really relevant, but we'll make a little note of it, and I think that's everything we need to know about. So its movement goes down to... It stays there, because he's good at that. +4... +4, -3. And I think I just want to make a note that it's, yeah, medium. Like, I don't care about all the details of art. It doesn't matter. If it's on the sheet already, it doesn't matter. The players don't know that. The players will never know that. You're playing the game wrong if your players can go like, but he's a fighter. He can't have that. That's, you play the game wrong at that point. So, what does a Great Axe got? Well, we can use the attack modifier, of course. So, the attack modifier is strength. And his BAB's a warrior, so his BAB's +3. So we got 3 + 3. That makes for 6, right? Yeah, 6. Nice clean 6. Not great. Probably not going to hit the players too much. Oh, I forgot about this one. Goes to 16. Touch AC stays the same, unaffected by everything that's happened so far. Flat-footed AC goes up to a nice 14, though. There you go. Skills of note. Let's make the note of ACP is -3. Just in case it ever comes up, we know what it is. We can just look at skills and go, oh, we don't have that skill, but we do have an ACP. Javelins are dex to throw, so that bonus is going to be +2, +3, 5. Not a big difference, but, you know, so strength comes down to power attack. So that's that. Shh, we're using power attack, so this goes down by 1. So he's as good with javelins as Great Axes. Nice little character detail. How much damage does a Great Axe do? Let's look up. Where is the Great Axe? Man, I forgot how many there are. Great Club, Great Axe. Great Axe is a 1d12 × 3 slashing. 1d12 plus strength, which is 3, plus power attack, which makes 5, and a crit modifier of 20 × 3. That's all you need. Javelin's going to be a bit simpler. Let's see, Javelin is a simple weapon. 26 × 2, 30 feet. Is 1d6 plus 3. Doesn't get power attack, because power attack is only for melee. 20 × 2. And it has a range increment of 30 feet. Which is great. There you go. That's all you need. We got a boy. We got a boy now. Look at this. We have a boy. This guy can fight. We know what his armor class is. We know when he's gonna keel over and die. We got all the basics. Now you might want to make a note like, okay, he has 3 hit dice. He's a 3rd level. You might want to make a note of that because it lets you look up some stats. You might go, oh, well, what's his classes? He's a fighter 3. So he's got 3 hit dice. That's relevant for things like shaking, intimidation. But otherwise, this is all you need. But there's one more step, and that's the equipment. How could we forget? He deserves some equipment. The boy deserves a sword. So, character advancement and level-dependent bonuses, you can look up and you can get a look at that. This is where the player handbook 2 comes in useful, but we'll use that for the tieflings. For now, we're going to play this by ear. So he's a basic character. So at this point, he has 1600. Oh no, he has 780. So we can give him some masterwork stuff. Would he wear masterwork hide armor? He could wear better armor. But kind of like the idea that these are the grunts, so they're not going to spend too much money on them. They just give them some thick hides and they call it a day. If you want to earn the armor, you got to become one of the bruisers. You want to become a stormer. Hell, if you want to get too fancy, you can even say, okay, the Stormers are Fighter 3s and Barbarian 2s to really sell that point that these are like the advanced troops. But we're not going to go with that. We're not going to get into too much detail. So this is a Masterwork Great Axe. It's worth 300 gold pieces. MWK. So we're going to upgrade the Great Axe to Masterwork, which means it does a +1 to attack, which means it's a pretty good chance to hit. If he hits you, he hurts. He's going to hurt you. And if he gets a crit, you're pretty much, you're gonna feel it. 2d12 plus 10 is ridiculous damage. 2d12 plus 10, in case you're wondering. If he rolls max, he'll actually kill himself. Oh, it's times 3. Excuse me. It's 3d12 times plus 15. So he can kill one of his own dudes with relative ease. He's got a 50% chance, 55% chance of hitting himself. And if he rolls a crit, probably going to kill him. Terrifying. I'm terrified. I'm very terrified. But that only takes out 300. We still got 480. So let's talk about scrolls and potions and shit. So don't worry. Just give him some crap. Give him some crap. With potions and scrolls, you want to learn from the top of your head the basic prices. For potions, cantrips are 25, first levels are 50s, and second levels are 300. We have enough money that we can give him some Cure Light Wounds and give him one of those buff potions. Now, people say, well, Bear's Endurance sucks. No. Just give it to him and have him use it on the first turn. It's kind of, their move action is just, whoop. Don't worry about it. Just have him chug it. Don't worry. Your players can complain all they want. Just say, these guys were ready for you, or screw it, you guys got a lot of luck too. I'm ruling for these boys that they can take their dumb potions. And if not, if they're running up to them, they can always go on the charge in. You can rule it however you like. Have some fun with yourself, for fuck's sake. Don't sit in the room and go, wee. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. So we're going to give him a buff potion, and we can afford 3 more little side things. What are we going to give him? Well, this is where it's useful to go to the book and go for spells, because you don't want we don't need all the spells. We have druids, so odds are the druids are making some potions and the bards are making some potions, but we're going to go for the druids. They're probably the ones doing, they're the shamans of the village, of the tribe, so they're the ones who are probably making all the potions and stuff. So the fighters, they get their stuff from the druids. So what we need to look for is, where is spellcasting here? Magic items, creating NPCs. Oh, there's a section for creating NPCs in here. How cute. Let's take a look. How does it look like in Pathfinder? Is it good? Oh, this is not bad. It actually has whole feat selections. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this is great. This is pretty good. I like that a lot, Pathfinder. That is what Player Handbook 2 did, and that is good. The skills are really the one you need the most gear. Oh, it actually splits it up. Total GP value. 315 weapons. Yeah, we're pretty much on that. Protection 200. That could get you Masterwork armor, but I don't think he cares. Magic, as in proper magic items. Huh. Or does it mean, like, what does it mean with magic? Most rings, rods, and wonders. Oh, so no rings of protection too quickly. Ugh. Get out of here. Well, limited use gives 80. I don't like that. It's got 115 gear. I mean, they've got a druid, so they probably have, like, buff potions available at the cheap. So, we're going to go to magic, and we're going to find that's where the spell lists are hanging out. Oh, there it is, on the spells, chapter 10. Bard spells. Anything here that makes me go, I think they should have that potion instead? Probably not. Yeah. Easier on the druid, because the druid has a lower caster level for these, because of how the spell levels work out for the delayed casters. So, yeah. There is a rage. I kind of like that a lot, though. But it would take up their entire budget. But I like it. I like the idea that the War Drummer cooks up like a potion that makes them super mad. A rage potion. It gives them +1 to will. It makes them real big brawlers. But it's only +2. It's a -2 to AC, which is not an equivalent exchange. And it's also a bit of a pain to work with, so we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Clerics. No, we're looking for druids. Thank you very much. Druids. Do they get cool stuff at 2nd level? Barkskin. Not a bad one to have. Probably Bear's Endurance or Bull Strength. It's always the two of them, huh? Which one would they pick? We'll get 6 hit points out of that, and their fort's already pretty good. They're already pretty tough. They think they're pretty tough. It's all about the strength. I imagine that if you told an orc who wants to be like a big, strong stormer boy, he'll be like, I want the beer strength, and he'll go, bull's strength, excuse me. So we're going to give him a potion. We're going to give him a potion of Cure Light Wounds, which is going to be 1d8 plus 1. And a potion of bear strength. Bull strength, bear strength, bull strength. That's plus 4 strength. There you go. So if he wants to, he can chug that, and then he gets a plus 2 to this, and he gets a plus 2 to this, and he'll hit like a truck, and then this gets a plus 2 too. And it'll be pretty scary. I'm pretty scared. I'll be very scared of this. Ooh. But that's the fun part. Like, orcs are scary. They hit hard. Even the baby orcs can still hit pretty hard because they got big muscle. They got plus 4. So even the babies can get 19 strength. That's a lot. It's a lot. Players don't get that. Players don't get that ever. Unless they're min-maxing like crazy. We're not going to do that. So that's the warrior. That didn't take too long. That did it. And look at it. This. We can easily change out a couple of components and make something else. So we're done here. All right. Who are we going to make next? Let's take care of the barbarian. Let's take care of the orc stormer. Let's go a little faster now that we got this template. We can just copy much of this over. Ba-boom. See you later. Speed. We'll get rid of that. HP. Get rid of that. Barbarian. It's Barbarian 5. Oh, excuse me. It's an Unchained Barbarian 5. And then we put that in. We don't worry about the ability scores quite yet. We don't worry about the feats quite yet. Half feats because it's a Barbarian, so he's probably going to get like about 3 feats. AC, go away. Fort still saves, go away. Attacks, might as well keep those. We're probably going to give him similar stuff. Better equipment, though. Equipment's going to be like the big thing that sets these two apart. And that's important, because then the players can go, ah, he must be one of the tougher nuggets because he's got the fancy armor. So, we're dealing with a Barbarian. Let's take care of the basics. Ability scores. We're dealing with a Barbarian, so we want this guy to have the biggest muscles around. That's what they're known for. They got the huge muscles. So we're going to give him 20 strength. 15 strength plus 4 from their race thing, and then the plus 1 from level 4. We'll give him 14... 13 dex? Yeah, and then we'll go 14 con. I guess these guys would be like these guys already were the dum-dums, right? Yeah, I guess we might as well keep these guys the dum-dums too. That's how you take over a village. You take care of you breed out the dum-dums. You breed in the dum-dums. 12 hit dice, 6 plus 2, 8. 8 times 5 is 40. Movement speed is 40 because barbarians get fast movement. Yep, fast movement, and they get rage. So now we need a new section. We need special attacks. Special tricks. Let's call them tricks, because that's really what we're doing here. We also need to focus on some of their other stuff. So we get a 5th level dude who's got improved uncanny dodge. We need some features of note. He's got improved uncanny dodge. He's got danger sense. Plus 1. I think that's against initiative checks and stuff, or is it just traps? I forgot if that's changed much in this one. Improved uncanny dodge. Yes, it's mostly traps. And plus 1 to plus 1 to perception to avoid being surprised by foes. I didn't know that feature was in there, but hey, now I do. Improved uncanny dodge just means no flanking, no flat-footed against opponents of the higher. The players are higher level, so that'll still work for them. But it's fun to have that, you know. It makes them feel like if they fight against weaker foes that are very terrifying, they can't get overwhelmed by numbers. You can't outflank them and get your flank crit hits. Got 2 rage powers to worry about, and we got raging, of course. Now, the smart idea is whenever you got someone with rage, you just add rage. You don't worry about it. They can probably rage the whole way through. So you can say, okay, they can rage for like how long do I want these guys to rage? That's okay. I think they get plus 2 per level. Okay, what is it again? 4 plus con mod plus 2 per level. So it's really just level times 2 plus con. So it's 10, 12, 14. 14 rounds. So these guys will last a whole combat. They can take a combat or 2 in a day and they'll be fine. Gotcha. So that's rage, and rage is real simple. It gives them some temporary hit points 2 times their level. So they start off with an extra 10 temp. 10 temp. What else did they get? Oh yeah, their con, and we'll just increase this to match. So yeah, they hit like a truck. They got con like a truck. Nah, that's not how that works. I forgot that's the base. Not here. They just get +2 to all their melee stuff. -2 to AC. We'll remember that, right? Let's take care of the armor. Dex 15. 15. 11. 14. But it's -2 because they were raging, so this is 12. This is 9. And this is 13. They're very easy to touch, but, you know, they are raging. They're just storming around the place. They're not paying too much attention. Of course they're easy to hit. What are we going to do here? Well, gonna have to go for that old... They got enough hit points. They're barbarians. They get lots of hit points already. So we're just going to go for power attack. Nice and simple. We can go for cleave. I like cleave a lot. I think they can take cleave. If they can't, who fucking cares? Who's gonna spell check my work? And maybe we'll give them dodge, because they are running right at trouble. They deserve a little bit of an extra. Go get them attitude. And it shores up that negative... Ugh. I don't want wizards to have too easy a time here. Danger dodge. And they got some rage powers. What kind of rage powers can you get? What kind of angry power can you achieve? Ugh, I'm not too familiar with these. And they are not sorted well. Deadly accuracy. Let's see. An accurate stance. I might go for that one, because that really does sound like fun. It makes them extremely dangerous, but easy to kill if you can just blast them a bit. Let's see. Okay. Accurate stance. Gains a +1 confidence bonus to attack rolls and thrown. Okay, so their accuracy goes up by 2. And with deadly, they also add it to double. Oh, I love that. I love that a lot. Let's go with accurate. Stance plus deadly accuracy. These guys are gonna brutally murder you. So +2 to confirm. This is 5. They're level. They're full BAB, so that's 10. That makes an extra 2 from rage and an extra 2 from deadly accuracy. So yeah, big jump in power once you start giving it your all. Is that really it? This is power attack, so that's 5, 7, 8, because 9. Power attack goes up every 4 BAB. So yeah, don't want to use these too much. Fighters, they can take a bunch out. That's like the warm-up fight. These guys, you want to put like 1, maybe 2 in like a group of 6. Not too many, because they will make your players go. Whoo, whoo. 5 damage, simple as that. 5 damage becomes 7 damage because don't forget they got that. Accuracy is 1 + 5, 6 +2 from rage, 8 +2, 10. Not quite as much, but that's the difference in strength versus dex. If only I increased that dex a little bit, then I miss out on the big strength. Oh, yeah, Orc Stormers are terrifying. They're still dumb. Do Barbarians, how much do they get? They get 4, right? Cool. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it nice and simple. So, let's see. Got an itch. Itch, itch, itch. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Oh, yeah. Let's take a look. The acrobatics, climb, craft, intimidate. I like intimidate. I still think they should have intimidate. So, intimidate is 0. We have 5 plus 8. 3 for, yeah, just level plus, yeah. Level plus 3 plus class, plus thing. And they have, how many? They get 3. So they get 3 skills complete. I guess survival and perception. Yeah, those make sense. Survival and perception are basically the same, but they're, yeah. So you're not going to sneak up on them, and they're going to make you scared. You know what? You know what? Let's cheat. Improve to demoralize. Now I might say that's a bit harsh, ain't it? And then I give you a wink. Sure is. And the reason it's harsh. Oh, does this make sense? It's 5 plus 5, 10, and it's also masterwork, so it should be 15. Yeah, this guy's axe is gonna cut you to pieces. 17 to confirm. Oh, and that times 3 gold. Oh, Like I said, man, you're not going to win because you made a strong character. You're going to win because the dice gave you this ×3 bonkers crit. That's 27 plus 3d12. That's 30 damage base on a critical hit. This guy's going to fuck your party up if he gets... Like, your wizard's just dead. He just disintegrates on touch. Ugh. Even he's not safe from his own attack. But, again, armor class is noticeably worse than the warrior. Which, again, is the point. This guy's a stormer. He runs in and gets his ass killed. That's the point. He breaks the enemy line by demoralizing them. That's how a lot of medieval combat worked, is you broke into the line and just told them to go fuck themselves. And they go, ah, I'm so scared. I'm so scared of this big man with his big axe hitting me on the head. Ow, ow, ow. All right, the saves. We got... Don't forget, we get a small boost to our will saves. Let's just look it up this time. We got a +4, +2, that makes for +6. Then we have... This will be a 2, right? Yeah, this will be a 2. So, oh, yeah. Wait, we're 5th level. Yeah, 5th level. Excuse me, I was thinking 6th level for some reason. So this will be +1, +1, +1, +1 makes... Unfortunately, this guy can't take a fireball to the face. -2, +1, +1. He's got a +6. They act all tough, but they sure can't take a demoralize to the face. ACP -3. Wait, that should be ACP -2. Because this guy is going to get something. You know what? Let's see what kind of armor we're going to put on this guy. We're not going to give him stat buff items because he doesn't need it. He's a barbarian. He's too busy raging. So we're just going to focus on the hard stuff. Creating NPCs. Let's take a look at the sheet that it recommends. What do you recommend for fifths? It even gives you like little stat arrays for different kinds of NPCs. I don't care about that. I can decide this freely. Let's see. 900 on weapons, 1,000 on protection, limited use 300. So he could get some sort of buff potion that he just slaps on his face real fast. Barkskin? Let's go with Barkskin. How long does Barkskin last? If it's minutes, then we can just slap it on. If not, I'm going to have to be more cautious with it. Second level spells for the Druid. Barkskin. It lasts 10 minutes per level. We can just slap that on ahead of time. Not to worry about it. So we're just going to say that he has Barkskin, which means that his armor class goes up. We'll make a little note of it. Special tricks. Barkskin active for 30 minutes. +2 nat AC. So this goes up. Nice, a bit tougher to take care of. Again, if you can get that will save, if you can charm him or somehow get him in the mind, he's no threat. Like, he immediately ceases to be a threat. But you gotta get there first. You can't poison him. You might be able to get him with burning hands, but that's not enough damage. You need to get him good. Now, shocking grasp, on the other hand. You slap him on the ass and he'll feel it. I could have given him DR if I wanted to, but we're not worried too much about that stuff right now. We'll take care of this. We'll say that he had a potion of Barkskin. Okay, what kind of armor are we giving this son of a gun? Armor. He's a fancier guy, so he gets fancier armor. Let's see. Breastplate. Sure, we'll go with breastplate. It's +6, +3, +4, -4. +6, +3, and then -3. Because, yeah. Oh, that's where his armor class went. Oh, it's 6 + 1. Okay, what's going on with my armor class again? Shit. I think we can get rid of dodge, because I kind of wanted to have a weak spot, so we'll just take this away and focus on the stuff that matters. So, we have 1 dex, we have 2 natural armor class, so that makes 3, 6, 19. Right? Am I right or am I right? If I'm not right, it doesn't matter. No one's going to check my homework. Flat-footed is 16, right? 16, 18. Simply put, you can touch him. You can hit him with a good time. Scorching Ray would be a great spell against them, because that's a lot of damage. It's not a bad choice. Is it? I don't know. I just don't know. We'll figure it out on the way. But we will figure it out on the way, as they say. And I think that's it. That's all I care about. I can make him move. I can make him swing his axe and probably kill 2 players along the way. As I said, we're going to put like 1 or 2 at most in a group of 6. Or like if it's 6, we're going to put maybe 2 in. But otherwise, we're going to put in 1. He's a mixer-upper. He changes things up. He forces the players on the back foot. It's like, oh shit, there's that guy. And all the other guys exploit this. They are going to flank you, and they're going to take full effect of the fact you're too busy fighting the big man. That's how it works. People, they want to beat the Stormer because it's the prestigious position, but it's also the one that gets it killed. So, also need to change this. It's a breastplate. It's a Masterwork breastplate. This guy's got the fancy armor. That's it. I mean, I could give him a magic weapon and all that kind of garbage, but who freaking cares at this point? It's all detail work. Let's go 1 more orc. 2 more orcs, actually. We got a druid and a bard. Well, now we get to see how we can make a spellcaster go faster. We got an orc shaman. And this is where I'm going to show you that you can make your spellcasters work a bit faster if you just know what you're doing. So, fortunately, it's an orc. So, his wisdom score is awful. So, we're going to have to give him a 15 in wisdom just to get him a 13. And he's a 6th level, so he can go up to 14. But it's a real tight squeeze. We're going to put the 8 in charisma, so he's awful at charisma. Again, not for charismatic. That's for the other guy to worry about. The Orc War Drummer is the one who's going to get the 14 charisma. They're the speakers of the village, I guess. Are they wise? I put the 14 in there. Put the 14 in there. Just not get too distracted. We got a druid 5. Let's see. Well, strength is really high. Actually, how about we put the 8 in strength, so we get a 12 in strength. So we put the 8, we put the 15. My brain just ain't working. Let's just write this down. 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8. This one's taken care of. This one's taken care of. 14 dex? 14... How about 14 int? And I'll give him 12 dex. 13 there. And then this will be 8. 14... Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And if it doesn't, who fucking cares? Who's going to check my homework? The players aren't going to know any better. Now we got to worry about spells. Don't worry. It's going to be real slick, real fast. We're going to be done in a second. He's going to wear hide, because that's just what he does. Unfortunately, you are cursed with the gift of not being allowed to wear metal. So, fuck you, Baltimore, as they say. So his movement speed's going to be 20. On that note, the Stormer technically has a movement speed of 30. I forgot he's wearing medium. Tiny details like that might trip you up, but who cares? Players will never know. They don't have to know. He's not a U druid, he's just a druid. Druid, if I recall correctly, has a D8? Probably not, now that I think about it. Oh, he does have a D8. So that's 4 plus 1 makes 5. 5, 2... No, wait. Yeah. That makes 5, because we're rounding up most of the time. 5 plus 1 makes 6, and 6 is 30. There you go. We don't need this. For spellcasters, it's usually good to go for simple things like spell penetration, and that kind of stuff. We're going to go for combat casting. We're going to go for... How about magic aptitude? Oh, don't forget ferocity. We'll just ignore that for now. Ferocity's really nasty. We get down to it. And again, it doesn't really matter. Your players will never know. And who cares? You can play it up if you want to. If you know about your orcs, which you probably will because you're making an orc game, you probably will read the section a couple of times. So you keep it in the back of your head. You don't need me to tell you how orcs work. What was I looking for again? Magical aptitude. 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 These are spells, not feats. Magical aptitude. Gives him +2 to spellcraft and the spellcasters of the village, so we'll give him magical aptitude. And again, you might say that's a waste of space. And the answer is yes, it is. But again, I don't care. This is a creature. This is what his life is. He has to cast spells in tough situations, and he has to brew potions for his fellow man. So there you go. Done. It's that simple. Magic trick complete. Abracadabra. What else does he have? Well, druids get a bunch of weird stuff, and they get a bunch of spells. But as a wise man called Angry Game Master once said, creatures don't get to cast too many spells, and it's a druid who fucking cares. So, can he cast third? Yeah, he can cast third. He has enough whiz for that. So he's got... Doesn't have an extra bonus slot. So he's got... We're gonna give him two whammies. We're gonna give him two big ones. We're gonna give him 2/3. And then we're gonna take care... we're gonna give him like 3 others. And that's it. That's it. That's it. We're gonna give him 2 big blasties. We're gonna give him... let's give him 4 others. 4 others. 4... Whatever the fuck. Who cares? Or some random garbage he happens to know. What does he know skill-wise? Well, like I said, spellcraft is important. I guess geography, heal. He gets 4 plus int. His int is 14. I put the 14 in there, didn't I? It should be 12. He gets 5 skills at the maximum. 5 skills at the maximum will be this, 9. Okay, 9 plus modifier. So which ones do I want? I want handle animal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. I'm going for handle animal, heal, geography, nature, and spellcraft. Spellcraft is int, that's +1, so that's +10, +12 because he has aptitude. Knowledge nature is int, so that's +1, so that's +10. Knowledge geography is +10. Heal is wisdom, +2, so that's +11. And handle animal, I think, is charisma, actually. So that is actually slightly worse. But, you know, he's the wise man of the village. He knows all these interesting things. He can heal you. If the players get into a pinch or happen to befriend the orcs instead of killing them, then this is the guy they're going to go to. This is going to be their talking point, because he's the guy's got the skills. He knows how to handle all of them. All right. What do we give him weapon-wise? Well, let's give him a sickle. Masterwork sickle. We'll leave it at that. That's all we need, right? What's a sickle like in terms of a way up? Oh, let's give him a sickle and let's give him a shield. The sickle he can pull out if he has to. We'll give him a heavy wooden shield. That's fair enough. So that increases his AC by 2. And his AC isn't going to be too bad. And I want to give him a Masterwork Sickle. And no distant weapons, because he's a spellcaster. Don't worry about it. We could always just give him a fun little spell he can fling around. As you grow more familiar with this stuff, by playing fast and loose, you also become more familiar with how you can quickly throw things together. But I'm not that experienced, and this brings me all the way back. It's a good reminder, a good refresher, because I gotta run some Pathfinder games soon. Ain't that some shit? Although there's pain in my chest, I sure wish you the best. I just thought you should know. Sickles, 1d6 times 2 slashing. Druid is a 3/4, so we take a half and a half, which makes 4, right? If I'm right, you all have to applause for me. You all have to applause for me. You have to go, oh my goodness, he actually did that from the top of his head. What a genius. I was right. I was right, everyone. Half and half, round down. Ooh, I'm so strong. Look at these muscles bulge. 5, 6. He's not good at it, but he can do it if he has to. What are our druid saves? 6th level, they're +5, +2, +5. +5, +2, +5. Plus modifiers, which in this case is +2, so that makes 7. In this case, that's +1, so that's +3. In this case, that's +1, so that's +6. So now, better saves. Again, reflex is a bit of a soft one. What are we going to do? +4, +2, 16. 16 plus that is +17. Touch is 11. Left foot is 16. It's not great, but he'll manage. He'll manage. He's, after all, a spellcaster. So don't expect too much from him. Just because he's a druid. Druids get funny things like nature bond and everything, and they get domains. I'm not gonna worry about that. That's not what they're for. The shamans. They just do the nature stuff. Oh, they get +2 to knowledge and survival checks. Knowledge, nature. So we'll just do a +1, and then we'll make a note of survival, which is gonna be +2, +2, so +4. Know a little bit about that, but they're not the survivalists. They're more of the broad stuff. They're the wise ones. They have woodland stride, trackless steppe. Wild empathy, which in this version just mostly means that they can. Here we go. Druid level and charisma modifier. So that is 6. So that's +5. Resist nature's lure. AKA the anti-fey and plant ability. Oh, just the fey, huh? I may go wild shape, but like I said, we're not gonna worry about that. Alright, let's keep it simple, stupid. Go over to spells and pick ourselves some fine druid spells. So we're gonna give them some 3rd level whammies. And then we're done. So let's keep it simple. What on? Call Lightning. Now there's a classic. We'll give him Call Lightning. +3 +10 + Wisdom 15. We'll give him 1 times Call Lightning, because he can keep using that over the course of the combat. What else is useful? Melt into stone. Protection from energy might be nice, but that's only good if you can cast it on friends. Summon Nature's Ally. I like Sleet Storm. I mean, Dominate Animal, something that he might have as a scroll. But I like Sleet Storm, because Sleet Storm is a nice, like, little shutdown ability. Sleet Storm is a driving sheet. Sleet blocks all sight within and causes the ground to become icy, which means it's slippery stuff. Which is a good shutdown ability in case they need to get away. And it's also a very cool trick. So we're going to go for 1 times Sleet Storm. Also DC 15. What are we going to pick for the first ones? Because we still need to pick those. And again, people can get their heads in too much. And I'm like, listen, man, just chill. Take a chill pill. Relax! Your players are never going to figure it out. Entangle is a good one to have. Let's go with Entangle. It's a first level one, so Entangle. Oh, make it DC 13. Not too bad. Good shutdown ability, though. Can they do his web? No. I can warp wood, though. Wait a minute. Huh. Flaming Sphere is a very good ability in case. I don't know, in case they can't cast Call Lightning or something. Or we decide to say, oh no, they've been caught off guard and they've already used some of their spells on other situations. You're allowed to say that. I think it might be nice for them to be able to cast a buff spell. So let's give him Bear's Endurance. What I'm doing here is it's to choice. It's to taste. If you feel that one will work better than the other, you just go with the one that makes sense. What's the last thing that I want to really have? Mango berry's nice. Well, cure moderate wounds. Well, just a nice cure moderate wounds. That's 2d8 plus 6. It's not much, but it's a nice little thing they can throw out there in case they have to. Is that everything? I think so. I think it's enough for us to make it through at least. So now we got some basics. We got a little damaging abilities. We got little buffs. Because that's what they're really for. They're here to help out. And entangling your opponent is a good way to help out. I mean, I am spending a lot of time talking, so this does take a bit longer than it has to. Let's go make ourselves an Okay, we already have the War Drummer. Here we go. Alright, Mr. War Drummer. Start out with the basics. What are thine hit points? Thynishly. Hit points are 8. Well, first you figure out your ability scores, actually, good sir. Okay, so we're going to throw everything down on this one. So that's 15, 13, 14. Okay. Probably not going to be the wisest. They're probably very easily distracted. So we're going to give them that 10. I kind of want to be higher. They're in the background most of the time. So we're going to have 12, 30. Let's 8 here. 12 anyway. Yeah, they're very similar to the druid in a sense. So they get 8, 5, plus 1, 6, 6, 6, 36. Same amount of hit points. Fair enough. 30 speed, because they're nothing yet. I think I'm going to give them light armor. Feats. Well, of course they're going to be persuasive. And they're going to get skill, focus, performance. Because, you know, they're bards, you dummy. It's what they do. I'm going to give him a chain shirt. We're going to give him... Can I use long swords? Short swords. Oh, the long sword. We can give him a long sword, because that's a weapon they could dual wield if they have to. And the masterwork drums, the ones that they have like around their body. It's just a big drum. Let's make it a big drum. Special tricks. Inspire courage +2. That's really all we need. In order to make sure that we keep this in mind, oh, we need some spells too. But that'll be easy because it's a bard. They don't get that many spells. He gets a bonus one of each slot, and we're going to do this one complete because we need 5 and 4. But again, we can just slap them down. They only know a few. Yeah, spells known really helps limit your crunch. So how does this all work? 4. Bardic. Same as the Barbarian. 2 times level +2. Plus Charisma. 6, 14, 16. I don't care much about Bardic knowledge. So I'm not going to record it. Who cares? Fascination, distraction. Inspire courage. Suggestion? What does suggestion do? Because if it does, I'm going to make a note of it. Nah. I mean, that's cute, but it's like background detail. We can use that if we have to when we need it. Let's go past the performances. What's past the performances? Cantrips. I mean, that's very cute. But this guy's playing the percussion instrument. So that's handle animal and intimidate. That's good. That's good. We haven't sorted this out yet. Well versed. Comes resistant to bardic performances of others. Ha! It's a weird saving throw thing. I'm getting tired for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's all the talking. Get my lungs going. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Thought this would take like 10 minutes, but I guess I've gotten slow. On the other hand, I'm just kind of reading rules and stuff. I'm really distracted here. If I was just making this stuff, this would go a hell of a lot faster. But again, all the talking just gets in the way. I can't do stuff while I'm talking, because this takes up a part of my brain that makes the words and a part of my brain that thinks. So, without all that, this would go a hell of a lot faster. But unfortunately, let's get my longsword and the short bow. Got to take care of that. BAB is a third, so that's +4. So we'll just take care of this. So this would be +4 +1. That full BAB matters a lot. +4 +1. Oh, it'll also be +6, right? Yeah, it's also be a +6. It's 1d6. It's 20, and then the ×3 critical. And I think the range increment is like 30 feet, 40 feet, 60 feet, right? Who cares? I do, because I need to look up armor anyway, so I might as well take a peek. Short bow! How do you work my little short bow? 7, oh no, is that 60 feet? It's 100 feet for the longbow. Oh. I take a bow. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so smart. I'm so very intelligent. This guy technically has the money to buy a mithril shirt, doesn't he? Kind of thinking about that. +4, +4, then -2, -1 because it's masterwork. This is a 1d8 +1, and it's a 19 to 20 ×2 critical. Like hell, if you really wanted to, you could compress all this down even more. It's really a matter of how much do you need. How much do you think you need? Are you going to do these guys purely as a combating character? You can cut out way more. You don't need all the side details, but I kind of want it. You know, and the idea is you could run a social encounter with these if you had to, because the stats are there already. And so here's like a minimal in this stuff. Unfortunately, this is a bard, so we get a bajillion skills, which puts us in quite the pinch, because bards get all the skills. Ugh. What would he have? Well, probably bluff. So that's 9, 11. What's persuasive? Or was it deceptive? Because he still has one left. Gosh, let me go look up the core book. Where is this feat? I know there's one that gives you +2 to bluff. Because persuasive, I think, is just intimidation and persuasion, isn't it? And diplomacy, excuse me. Yeah, I gotta find bluff somewhere else. Step right up and walk right here. I mean, I could take skill focus. That's technically a better idea, because I don't need whatever the hell the lie cheaty one's gonna have. Might be sleight of hand. Might want sleight of hand for this guy. I might give him a shoe material, actually. That's also fun. Bluff in disguise, deceitful. You know what? You know what? You know what? You know what? I think I'm going to give him that thing that I was thinking about. I'm going to give him shoe materials. Oh, shit, his armor class. 4 + 1 is 15. And then the touch is 11 and 14. He's very weak, but that's not his point. His job is to buff. If he's doing anything else, he's doing it wrong. So we got a +2, +2, +5, +5. Increased by -1, increased by +1, increased by +1. Not bad saves. This guy can actually take those. I guess that's good, because he's in the back row. He's not too tough, but he can take that fireball. A little better than most, at least. And this will do. Again, you really start to feel the BAB, the big saves. Spells. What spells can bards get? Let's just give him a couple. Probably give him some cure. Give him a little buff. Nothing too special. Just something that makes him a bit scary. Actually, since he's a spontaneous caster, we can just write down how many spells he should have per day. Which is 6 is 4 and 3, increased by 2, so he has 5 slots, and he has 4 slots. And he knows only a couple, right? Yeah, he knows only a couple. So we'll just pick a few spells and we'll call it a day. I like Rage. I like that he can inspire Rage in his allies, so we'll give him Rage. No, I don't want to. I really appreciate that the PDF I have for this core brew book has links for the spells, but I also don't like it when I accidentally click it. Hypnotic Pattern is real nice. It might not work on the players, but it makes sense for him to have it. You know? Glitter Dust. His whole job is to be supportive, so he probably understands tactical ideas better than most. I mean, he's got a 12 int. He knows how that works. And Calm Emotion, because of course, if he's in a pinch and he needs to protect himself, and this doesn't work, and this doesn't work, you want to be able to have something that you can use. And Cure Light Wounds, who cares? You know what? Shh. The players will never know. We don't have enough slots to portray that we have this. Let's give them some flexibility. You know, again, one is not the other. We can always say, you know what, this guy has it, that guy doesn't. We can put in a whole person here, and what are they going to do? DC is 2 plus 2 makes 14. One from the spell, 2 from the spell level, 2 from the charisma. First level. God damn it! Stupid useful hyperlinks. Well, since he's deceitful, I guess it makes sense that he would have Disguise Self. That's just an obvious pick. Charm Person, because again... Cause Fear? Cause Fear. We got 2 more. What makes sense? Obscure Object, Identify, Hypnotism. I already got Hypnotic Pattern, so I don't need that. Grease. Grease is cute, but not a very orcish spell. Like, I like the whole emotion aspect of this. And I guess Sleep doesn't fit in that either. Remove Fear is a good one, though. I mean, it's kind of bleh, but I like that it fits in real nice. We'll go with Identify and Remove Fear. Should I give him some cantrips? I mean, he'll be busy performing most of the time, so we'll just give him a cantrip. We'll just give him days. We'll give him days. That's about really all he needs. He's got days. He's got days, and guess he has to throw that out there and cost someone an action. Doesn't work on the players though, because it only is 1d. For God, days is so shit because it just doesn't work on higher level creatures. Ugh. Well, there we go. In a little over an hour, with a whole lot of delays and me being stupid, I managed to get this taken care of. Now I got a couple of decent characters we can throw out at the players of differing speeds and walks of life. We still got the tieflings. We'll do that some other time. And then we'll make a custom character where we're going to put a little bit more effort and we're going to actually work on the sheet. I'm going to show you what the automation works. Because this was just, I want to show you off how it works without the automation. Unless there's someone here. And I don't think there's anyone in the chat right now. So I might as well do this another time. Maybe later today when I feel like it and the game falls through and Como decides to be a freaking sleepyhead. Anyway, bye-bye.